Hey all, welcome back to our pre-pregnancy prep series. So this week I'm doing something that I totally didn't plan on, but I went grocery shopping this morning and I thought that I would record a video of all the things that I purchased and tell you some of the things that I'm eating throughout the week, because I find that I have a really hard time figuring out what I can eat, what I can't eat, and it's helpful to hear like people say, oh yeah, here are some things I bought. So if you have some of your favorite foods that you purchase, go ahead and comment those below so that way I can add them to my weekly food. Also, I like to change things up. So this is not something I buy every single week. I kind of like to change things up, but we'll go through all that. So let's start off with saying my husband is deployed, so I am buying just for myself. So you're gonna notice I don't have like a ton of food, but when my husband is home, oh my goodness, this is like triples. So I will also be sharing as we get closer to him coming home. I will share what our groceries look like then, which is obviously more realistic for you. But I thought this would be helpful anyway. So let's go ahead and start with breakfast items. So let me move this. So first thing is eggs. I buy these eggs at Aldi's. They're cage-free. You typically want free range, but free range here is about $8.99 for a carton of eggs. Now, all while that would be fine if it was just me, but when it's my husband and I, it's just too much to spend on eggs, and I go through about 2 eggs every morning, 2 to 3, depending how hungry I am. So that means like, it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days worth of eggs in here for me. And if my husband's home, this is maybe like 2 to 3 days worth of eggs. So find what works best for you. If you can't even afford the cage-free eggs, don't worry about it. Just do what you can. And I'll mention that all the way through this whole video, that just do what you can. If you can't afford to go all organic, at least you're eating vegetables, or at least you're choosing whole foods. So anyhow, that's that. So with my eggs, I usually do salsa. This happens to be my favorite salsa right now. It is organic salsa by Simply Nature. Everything in it's organic, and it only has 130 grams of sodium. Sodium is something I look for just because the higher sodium, it's not good to have a lot of salt intake. So anyhow, this has been my go-to. I take some of this, eggs, a little bit of sour cream. Some weeks, if avocados are on sale, I buy avocados. But this week they were like outrageously priced and they were all like super mushy, so I didn't grab any of those. So before I even have my breakfast, I'm definitely having decaffeinated coffee, which is definitely not as good. But here's the half and half I bought this week. Now, usually I purchase a grass-fed half and half. But this week it was $4.19 and it was not on sale, and this was $2.15. So I decided I'm gonna go for the $2 cheaper, just because I felt like spending $4 today just wasn't really worth it. So again, this says, you know, it's organic, so I'm sure it's fine. It's probably not grass-fed, but that's totally okay. Again, just start slowly introducing yourself in. And this one is by Greenwise. I usually shop at Publix and Aldi's, but always depends on the week. Okay, now the next thing I purchased was plain Greek yogurt. Now I will start by saying I use well, this isn't Greek yogurt, this is just plain yogurt. So I'll start by saying this. One, I use yogurt in tons of different things. I don't just eat it plain. So I will make some dips, like I'll make like vegetable dips with it. I will put it into certain recipes. It's a really good probiotic, so it's good for your gut health. If you go read Lily Nichols' book, again, you can read all through there. Gut health is super important. And you know, you don't even have to read her book. You can just go online and read, and it will tell you all about your gut health and getting pregnant and how important that is. So I grabbed some of this. So now let's move on to lunch. So for lunch, I have been loving these packs. So this is a avocado ranch chop kit. Now this was $2.29, I believe, but if you go to Aldi's, like they're usually $2.29, but if you go to the regular store, they can be between $3 and $4. Now this lasts me for about 2 days, so I usually grab a couple of these and I put them in the fridge. And I think that what I like about this is it's easy, because some days I am just so busy I wouldn't even eat lunch if it were up to me, because I'm just too busy working and trying to get things done. So this makes it easy where I'm like, okay, it's gonna take me 5 minutes to literally make this and then eat it. So yes, these are awesome. They come in all different kinds. My favorite is the sweet kale, but I'm trying this one this week. It's avocado ranch. I've never had it before. Sounds good. So lastly, I bought some chicken for lunch. This will last me for about the week. I usually have like a strip and a half with my salad. But yeah, you can obviously purchase more than that. But I typically buy the free range, but today they had no free range at the grocery store. So I purchased this, which was the next best. It's raised with no antibiotics, fed 100% vegetarian diet. So yeah, so this was what I purchased today because I couldn't find the grass-fed. I'm not grass-fed. Free range. Grass-fed is if you're buying meat. If you're gonna buy a red meat, you're gonna wanna look for grass-fed, grass-finished. If it doesn't say grass-finished, it's obviously not as good for you, but if you're like, oh, there is no grass-finished, which typically my grocery store like doesn't have it. If they don't, totally okay to go with grass-fed. It's still better than the processed meats that have, you know, hormones and all that good stuff in it. So that's that. So the next thing I purchased were some crackers. Now, I don't really know if this is in like the pregnancy diet, I guess, but this I really, really like having with some cheese. This holds me over for a while, so definitely recommend getting some crackers and cheese. These are also low sodium, super important. All right, so now on to snacks. So I love cottage cheese. Now, don't take my word for it. If you are trying actively right now to get pregnant, I don't know if you can have cottage cheese. I've tried to do some research and it's like everything contradicts itself. So definitely do the research for yourself. But since we won't be trying for a couple of months, this is what I'm eating right now as a snack. Again, really good probiotic, really good for you. All right, so the next thing is some pickles. So pickles are new to my diet. Not that I thought pickles were bad for you. I don't know. I just never thought to eat pickles. So this is gonna be a new snack I'm trying this week. I can even put it on the side of my salad or for dinner or whatever. So there's that. And then I have bananas. I go through so many bananas, it's not even funny. So these are organic. I got these at Aldi's for like 51 cents a pound. So yes, I love bananas with peanut butter and chia seeds. Those are my go-to snack. So yes. And then I also usually buy kombucha. Now the thing with kombucha is if you are not already drinking kombucha and you're actively trying, probably not something that you should start trying out. Kombucha is kind of controversial, and I don't entirely know, you know, any of the science or anything, or the studies that go along with it. But from what I understand is that if you've been drinking kombucha, drinking small amounts of it while you're pregnant can actually be really good. But yeah, like I said, I don't really know. So this is what I'm gonna be drinking up until about a month before my husband gets home, and then I'm gonna ask my doctor what she thinks about it. And the very last thing that I purchased today were some vitamin D3. They had a sale going on, and B, I just saw in a book that I'm reading how important vitamin D is while trying to get pregnant. And vitamin D just in general is good for you, so you should definitely get on some of that. So that was today's grocery haul. Now I will tell you too, I didn't talk about dinner because I actually have a freezer meal that I'm eating this week, but next time I do dinner, I will definitely get you guys on and I will share with you my dinner for the week. So hopefully you guys are doing well. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know, and also comment below with your favorite grocery foods. So hope you guys are having a good week, and I will see you next week.